I'm Savannah. I will be doing an interview about Hurricane Janet um, with my Nana for my social studies project. Okay. First question: where is Barbados and how big?
Barbados is an island in the Caribbean, the West Indies. It's about 244 square miles.
Okay. The name of the hurricane and when it happened.
The name of the hurricane is called Janet. It happened September 22nd, 1955.
Okay. When did the storm start and end?
The storm started in the evening and turned into a hurricane which lasted the next morning with high winds of 110 to 120 miles per hour.
Okay. How did you feel during the storm?
I was scared by the high winds and the ruin, especially when the roof of our house started to crumble. I ran and got my dolls and made fun of my brothers crying.
How did the animals react to the hurricane?
The animals jumped out of their stables, braying and running wild.
Okay. Was school canceled?
School was closed for a week. It was my first day of high school. Not able to return made me sad.
Alright. Were they warnings that the hurricane was going to happen?
Plenty of warnings by the news and radio asking to go to shelter for safety. Also a verse from the scripture saying, "Don't be like the 7 foolish virgins. Some had oils in their lamp and some had none."
What happened to the transportation?
All the transportation was stranded: buses, cars, airlines, and ships.
Was anyone lost, stranded, or killed by the hurricane?
Fishing boats were lost at sea. Aircrafts and crews were stranded. 687 deaths were reported.
Was all of your family safe?
My family were safe after we ran through the hurricane to a school for shelter. After our house got damaged by the heavy rains, high winds, we had to go through the tree branches flying and parts of people's houses flying in our direction. We were terrified.
How were people rescued?
The harbor police rescued people from sea. The fire department, with help by other people, were trapped in their homes in rubbles. The hurricane cost at least $48 million US.
How did people help each other?
We had help from our neighbors neighbors when our house got damaged. We lived with them for about a week until our house got repaired. But my father stayed at our house to keep watch. People gave food, clothes, and shelter to those who need, and the church was very helpful.
Okay. How did the people help each other? Wait, did I just say that? Wait, how do people help each other now?
We had help from the people, our neighbors, and the church was very generous to people who needed it.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay. Were you in the eye of this hurricane?
Barbados was in the eye of the storm.
Okay. Was there floods? How high were the waves, water, and wind?
There were floods, flooded streets, high winds, high waves. The fishing boats were stranded at sea.
Okay, last question. Was there a good ending?
It was a good ending. My oldest brother sailed to England with friends, and before the hurricane, my mother never heard from him, and rumors went around that the ship had sank and all of them were killed. After Janet, my mother got a letter which meant he had read about the hurricane and decided to write. He still lives in England. That made her very happy to hear.
Alright, that concludes my project. Now I hope anyone will enjoy if they watch this.